Right, so from traveling abroad, the warmer islands, of course, to our chilly temperatures back here in South Africa. Now, just because summer is over, it doesn't mean properly hydrating yourself shouldn't be a priority. In fact, winter may play tricks on you, making you think that you don't need to drink as much water since you're not drenched from sweat from being outside in the scorching sun. But this simply isn't the case, and it's just as important to drink water during the colder season going into spring as it is in the summertime. And thanks to Nestle Pure Life Water here, we have some water-wise tips to share with you about how to optimally maintain your hydration throughout all seasons. We've got Kath McGaw joining us this morning, and I think this is something that we probably think, because water usually being a cooler kind of drink, when it's cold you don't necessarily think that you need to drink it, but that's not the case, right?
Absolutely. I think it's important to remember that water is a nutrient, and it's one of the essential nutrients for our body.
Water is a nutrient?
Absolutely. And it's necessary for our body functions.
I've never thought about it like that before.
Yeah, and if you think about it, a large percentage of our body is actually made up of water.
That's true.
So we do need to replace that.
Yeah. So during the winter months, what exactly causes dehydration? Because during the summer months, you can reason that because it's so hot, your body is having to let go of a lot of fluids in order to cool you down. In the winter months, what causes dehydration?
I think it's important to remember that it's not only sweat where we lose water. Because water is such an important part of our bodily functions, we lose water in other ways. And because we use water to metabolize our food nutrients, we will still be metabolizing food nutrients during winter. And actually, we eat more in winter.
Yeah.
So in some ways, we actually need a bit more water in winter because of that. We often eat spicier foods, we eat warmer foods. So the warmer your foods are, the spicier, the saltier foods are, the more water you're going to need.
Absolutely.
So it's really critical to continue to hydrate during the winter months.
As you look at this picture, it brings about that classic question of how many glasses or how much water per day should you be taking in order to have the optimum intake that will help in digestion, that will help in filtering your whole system.
I think it's again comes back to we mustn't overthink it.
Okay.
So we've said over the years 8 glasses, but that's actually not really true, because the larger you are, the more water you're going to need.
Okay.
The smaller you are, the less water you're going to need. I think we need to get back to that intuitive feeling and to recognize the signs that you might need to drink water. One of them is thirst. It's quite a simple sign.
Yeah.
We often go, when we feel thirsty, we often go for the sweet bowl or we go for something to eat. So what I suggest to my clients that I see is I say to them, when you're feeling thirsty but you're not quite sure what it is, first go for the water. Then if that doesn't satisfy you, probably are a bit hungry.
Yeah.
Or if logically you've just eaten a meal and you're thinking you're needing something more, it's probably some water that you need in.
Okay, but like I said now, it's usually a cool kind of drink and it's winter, so it's cold. So what other tips do you have to improve our water intake during the cold season?
You don't have to, water doesn't have to be cold in order for it to have its benefit. So if you're having some tea, it also counts as liquid. There's also a myth that if you drink coffee, you'll be dehydrated. You've got to drink a lot of caffeine in order to really be dehydrated from the caffeine.
Yes, yes.
And the average person drinking a few cups of coffee or a bit of tea in the day is not going to cause them to be dehydrated. You can also add some fruit, cut up fruits into your water, and it's a lovely way to actually flavor your water without adding lots of extra calories or sugars and things like that. And put in at the moment during your winter fruits like your nanshi, cutting up your nanshi, cutting up your orange, popping it in your water. It's a lovely way to enjoy your water during the winter months.
I like the fact that you mentioned one of the myths now being that if you drink too much coffee, you'll get dehydrated. I'll touch back on that right now, but one thing that I like to do, especially in winter, is drink water with lemon. Right?
Absolutely.
It flavors it, maybe just a little bit of honey to sweeten it, not too much. But lemon is a diuretic, so does that have a bit of an adverse effect on, you know, you're taking a lot of water in, but a lot of water is going out because lemon is helping the system to just go?
I think it acts as a diuretic function, but I wouldn't call it a diuretic per se. So it's not like taking a pill. It's not going to dehydrate you.
Okay.
It's a natural
So
form.
I don't need to worry about that.
Not at all. It's a wonderful drink to have.
Maybe that's a myth for myself that I needed to bust. But what are the other myths that you'd like to bust in terms of, let's say, your top 3 myths that you'd like to bust regarding water intake and hydration?
I think the one is that we've mentioned, but just to clarify again, is that you must have 8 glasses. So you need to drink when you are thirsty and intuitively. Clues that you would need to drink water would be that you've had a big meal. The less fruits and raw veggies in a meal, the more water you'll need to drink with that meal. Another myth is that, for example, like I've said, caffeine can dehydrate you, and tannins in teas can dehydrate you, and you can't count your hot drinks as liquid, but you can actually do that.
Yeah.
And another myth is that you need to drink only when you exercise, because then you sweat in. So sweat equals drinking more water, but you still need to drink even if you're not sweating. Right. So it's not just sweat that makes you need to drink.
Kath, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And like you said earlier on, given that our bodies are made up of so much water, we've certainly highlighted the importance of you keeping hydrated during the winter months. Water is, after all, the source of life.
Being well hydrated is vital for good health. Pure Life Mineral Water, made with love by Clover.